is experiencing a technology transition. It is taking gigantic steps and is constantly experimenting in order to adopt advanced technologies and implement them in every sector that awaits automation in future. The logistics and supply chain in India is one such sector that is booming and has a humongous scope for automation. Market leaders in this domain are working towards providing end-to-end streamlined logistics solution with focus on quality, reduced costs, and minimum human intervention. The country is witnessing a retail boom with an increased buying capacity of its middle and upper class segment. According to market research reports, India's logistics sector is growing at an annual growth rate of 10.5% and is pegged at $215 billion. So what's stopping India from becoming the largest logistics service provider? Well, nothing, and the timing is just right. The Indian Civil Aviation Ministry in August this year notified the new liberalised drone rules 2021. These new rules aim to ease the process of using drones in different areas that also include non-commercial use. The unmanned aircraft systems or drones have become an important technology in transportation, agriculture, defense, law enforcement, surveillance, and emergency response. Under the new rules, you don't need security clearance to operate mini drones. The Indian government is also working on drone corridors focused on cargo deliveries. These rules are built on the premise of trust, self-certification, and minimal intrusion from the government's side in order to boost maximum usage of drones in the country. The earlier regulations asked for a number of approvals and certifications like unique authorization number, certificate of maintenance, remote pilot instructor authorization among other, and that have now been abolished. The government has increased the payload from 300 kilograms to 500 kilograms, and non-conformity of rules will attract a maximum of 1 lakh Indian rupees as penalty. However, registration of all drones need to be done mandatorily via government's single window digital sky portal. Other relaxations include reduction in quantum of fees for remote pilot license, and the fees has been delinked from the size of the drones. Did you know that India has become the first country in Southeast Asia to have successfully delivered COVID-19 vaccines via drones? The Indian Council of Medical Research, which is widely known as the ICMR, in collaboration with the Indian government, has launched an iDrone initiative for its northeastern states of India. This initiative aims at facilitating delivery of medical supplies and vaccines via drones to tough and hard to reach terrains in India. This Make in India drone has so far delivered 900 doses of COVID-19 vaccines across a distance of 31 kilometers in Manipur. Meanwhile, the state of Telangana has also become the first one to embark on BVLOS, that is, Beyond Visual Line of Sight flights to deliver medical supplies. In what could be a paradigm shift in India's healthcare deliveries, the state of Telangana has launched the Medicine from the Sky project in association with 8 consortia, the World Economic Forum, HealthNet Global, and think tank NITI Aayog. This project seeks to deliver medicines, COVID-19 vaccines, and units of donor blood to remote and rural areas of India via drones. This comes at a time when India is fighting a pandemic and getting people vaccinated is its foremost priority. In the Medicines from the Sky project, drones can carry 16 kgs and fly up to 40 kilometers. Each box with the drone is designed to carry up to 2,000 vials of vaccine. The project looks into the viability of short and long-range drone-based deliveries and assess the efficacy of low-altitude aerial logistics in healthcare, last-mile delivery, and also reverse logistics. What makes this project even more interesting is the overlap of the two most regulated sectors in the world, aviation and healthcare. We spoke with Vikram Singh Meena, the CEO and founder of Tech Eagle, a prime member of this consortium and also one of the first Indian drone manufacturing companies to have received government approvals to conduct the BVLOS trials.
We are proud to become first company to launch vaccine delivery via drones in Telangana with all the support of Government of Telangana, World Economic Forum, NITI Aayog. And this project was launched by Honorable Civil Aviation Minister himself. And this project is actually to enable transportation of vaccines and medicines from a distribution center to smaller PHCs and CHCs, where the cold chain environment is not there. There is no refrigerators and deep freezers. So the drones can take these vaccines in a cold chain environment in between 2 degree to 8 degrees Celsius at a speed of, so our drone took the vaccines amount of, you can say, worth of 100 doses, which weighed around 2.5 kg and over a maximum range of 11.5 kilometers is what we have tested till date. And that was also at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. While we went to the same place via road as well, and that took almost 3x of the time than the drone, even when it was a flat area. So Vikarabad is not a very, very hilly area, but still that is the kind of the time difference we have. And when it goes in the areas like hilly areas, northeast, it becomes the difference between death and life. When we were operating all these drones on ground, earlier all these technologies were in testing phase or in laboratory, but now it has seen that light of the real operations. And we are super proud with our technology also that we did not face any such challenges in the communication also. The drones which we had work on a dual communication channel, radio frequency as well as the 4G, and throughout the flight, the communication was intact on both the channels, radio frequency as well as the 4G VoLTE. So this is the kind of, these will give a lot of boost to the common people also, that now they have a service which can bring them the medicines on demand. Whenever there is let's say the doctor does this entire telemedicine thing, right? They do telepathy, and then ultimately they need to send these medicines, but they can't send via internet, obviously. And that's where the drones becomes the internet of the telemedicine, basically. And ultimately, now that gap of logistics will be solved already.
We would like to understand from you how commercially viable are cargo drones. Does India have that kind of infrastructure like unmanned traffic management system, segregation of airspace, control over takeoff and landing zones, and restrictions on payload? If you could throw some light on the existing ecosystem of the BVLOs.
When it comes to the beyond visual line of sight, flying drones and delivering goods from point A to point B, it requires certain technologies, right? Definitely the entire, the aircraft, the drone. So drone is capable of transporting goods from point A to point B. But then comes the ground control station, right? We can call it a fleet management system also. That needs to be there where a group of, let's say, the pilots and the monitors are monitoring the entire flights happening. And when we are flying below 400 feet, we do not require the deconfliction with the manned aviation, because manned aviation is not flying below 400 feet. But when we are flying above 400 feet, a UTM technology is required. So unmanned traffic management system are already in place in India. So even in this project Medicine from the Sky, we work with the indigenous UTM platform, that is Avianco platform. And that is quite, you can say, a nice platform that we used here. And the entire duration of the flight was getting tracked at the UTM, and that can be controlled and seen from anywhere in the world. So it was over the 4G, and even if there is no connection on a drone, that data was being pushed from a ground control station, because the drone always will be connected to the ground control station. And from there, it was being pushed to the, so we have a required infrastructure to scale it. We were lagging in the regulation part, which is now not an excuse for anybody. Now the drone industry, so the ball is in the court of drone industry, and now we need to deliver. So at Tech Eagle, we are well equipped, and we will be delivering, let's say, the goods in a very, very regularized manner very, very soon. So I think we are ready to scale, and we are ready to become the global drone hub also. While for the large scale manufacturers, yesterday cabinet approved the PLI scheme also, yes, along with the automobile.
So finally, we would like to know from you, how are these drone rules or this technology of drones going to smoothen out India's logistical issues? You can just jot out 5 top challenges that drones can smoothen out in our Indian logistics sector.
So in supply chain, we have so many different issues. When it comes to the urban areas, there is a congestion, there is a jams. Because of that, last mile delivery and the mid mile delivery is getting delayed. So the time is of essence. Today, in internet time, everybody wants their parcels delivered quickly, right? Now with the Amazon 1-day delivery, 2-day delivery, everybody is habitual to that kind of process for every other kind of delivery. So time is what the drone will be solving. So be it in a remote area, be it in an urban area, deliveries via drone will be super fast. So that challenge is getting solved. Then there is a terrain challenge in remote areas, in hilly terrains, and even in a semi-urban areas. We do not have a very good road infrastructure in India like other countries. So the drones, so right now, even the volume is not that much in, let's say 50-60% of the country for e-commerce. Rural areas have an internet connectivity. Everybody has a mobile, they can order it. But nowadays, e-commerce platforms are delivering in 7 to 10 days. While in urban areas, they are able to deliver in a single day because they do not have certain kind of a volume to go. And this drone technology and tech eagle kind of companies will help e-commerce reach to the last nook and corner of the country. And that's where this will solve that challenge of the volume and the roads and distance, while at the same economics level, drones will be delivering these goods and medicines in the remote areas. So that terrain challenge will also be getting solved. The other thing is the height. If we are operating in the minus degree, right? There are areas in like Spiti up north where the roads are disconnected in time of snowfall, right, for 4 to 6 months. During that time, drones need not to go via those roads, right? They can fly. Our drones can even fly in minus 15 degrees Celsius, and the drones can go there and deliver that medicine, which is very much required. We lose so many lives in those areas, right? So that height and the temperature challenge, which is currently there on ground logistics, is getting again solved by the drone. When we talk about the cold chain, right? In medicine from the sky, we did entire vaccine delivery in a complete cold chain. In these areas, lights are not there. In these areas, deep refrigerators are not there. So critical medicines and the vaccines are not getting stored there. So we need to transport that from a bigger warehouse on every day or every week basis. So now these drones can supply the cold chain environment, and we need not to have infra developed there in those remote areas. And when we talk about the logistics industry, the reverse logistics. So while for e-commerce also, and for all these parcel companies, reverse logistics is a big pain point. And that's where we focus as a Tech Eagle in developing the aircrafts which can take off and land vertically from a very, very small area, from a rooftop of a house. So it will go there, land and deliver the item. But while coming back, it will not come empty.
Okay.
That will solve two problems: reverse logistics as well as the unit economics. While coming back, it is not coming empty. It means the unit economics are getting 1 by 2. So that is the fourth one. And when we are saying that, even when we were speaking about the e-commerce and medicine, everybody now needs an on-demand thing. Right now, nobody could get these medicines and parcels and food or e-commerce items on demand. And drones will solve that, getting these items on demand. So these are the challenges which drones will solve by becoming an integral part of the logistics solutions. So it will not replace the ground logistics. It will actually fill in all those gaps where we were having that problem.
Hyperlocal delivery app Dunzo Digital and Sky Air have also announced the beginning of vaccine delivery by drones in Telangana's Vikarabad region. The drone delivery tech firm Sky Air, that focuses on an end-to-end ecosystem for drone-based logistics, will be conducting this as a part of the Dunzo Med-Air consortium led by Dunzo Digital. Last mile deliveries via drones are expected to save time, cost, and resources. Businesses in India are still trying different delivery methods to arrest their costs and offer a timely last mile delivery. High fuel consumption and air congestion due to traffic pollution in most Indian cities are some challenges that can be curbed with drones, as they stand for an eco-friendly alternative that is easier to deploy and with economies of scale cheaper to manage. According to Redseer research report, the last mile delivery sector in India is on an upward journey and is estimated to a market size of $6 billion by 2024. Indian government has very recently announced a production-linked incentive PLI scheme and aims to make India a drone hub by 2030. The government has set aside $16.4 million for the scheme spread over 3 years. The scheme will provide up to 20% incentive to manufacturers of drones and drone components. The government believes that PLI scheme for the drones and drone components industry addresses the strategic, tactical and operational uses of this revolutionary technology.